Goku's base form. I'm not going to separate this into Goku as a kid versus an adult. I'm just going to talk about him in his prime, but pre-Super Saiyan. So Goku was already incredibly powerful before ascending to the legendary Super Saiyan. From, all things considered anyway, Goku just seems to keep setting the standard. So he's a martial arts expert when we see him at the start of Z, having been training since he was a little kid throughout Dragon Ball. Aside from his hand-to-hand combat prowess though, he had learned how to perform powerful attacks using Ki. It was in his battle with his brother Raditz that Goku first died, with Piccolo shooting his special beam cannon right through the two Saiyans as Goku held Raditz in place. And it's soon after this that Goku would learn to use a new powerful technique. If you're liking this video so far, don't forget to give us a like and a comment. On top of that, why not hit that subscribe button too? Really helps us out. Alright, and that brings us to Kaio-Ken. So while Kaio-Ken is, a technique, I wanted to mention it here because it does change Goku's appearance somewhat, and it's also going to come up later on. Goku learned this technique from King Kai and also got a boost in overall strength before returning to Earth to take on Vegeta and Nappa. Upon learning of just how dire his friend's situation is at the hands of these two evil Saiyans, Goku gets super pissed off and powers up, and this is when Vegeta and Nappa can scan his power level, back when that was still a thing. Vegeta is absolutely horrified to learn that it is, what's the line again? Anyway, a power level of over 9,000 may not seem that crazy by today's standards, but it certainly was back then. But anyway, back to the Kaio-Ken technique. This technique allows Goku to significantly, increase his power level for an instant. When he first started using it, his power level, speed, strength, and senses would double with the use of the Kaio-Ken, but eventually he would learn to increase it even further. Not only that, but Goku would also learn to combine it with his future powered up forms like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue, giving him an even further boost in power. That's going to bring us to Goku's next major transformation, Super Saiyan. Is there anything more iconic and recognizable than Goku in his Super Saiyan form? Out of all the forms Goku has taken on throughout the Dragon Ball series, this is the one that truly set the standard. We all know the story here. Goku is in his epic multi-episode battle with the powerful space tyrant Frieza. Frieza's knocked down every opponent that's come his way. Things are looking dire. Planet Namek is about to explode. Seriously, it's about to, any moment now. Frieza's even survived a spirit bomb and has now taken out Krillin and Piccolo. And in the middle of this truly dire situation, Goku rises to the occasion, awakening a new level of power deep from within. In a flash of heavenly light, the Super Saiyan is born. And it's in this form that Goku overpowers the evil Frieza and leads to his downfall. Super Saiyan was simply known as a legend and a myth before Goku actually reached it. Super Saiyan multiplies a Saiyan's base power level by 50, so pretty significant, and at full power it multiplies by as much as 80. At the time we thought this was the peak level of strength the Saiyan could reach, but we're only about maybe a third way through this video, so that certainly is not the case. But that said though, there are some forms that have become mostly obsolete and overshadowed by newer, shinier ones, but Super Saiyan is not one of them. Goku still uses this one quite frequently. What's stronger than a Super Saiyan? Well, it's gotta be its sequel, Super Saiyan 2, of course. Now, there were different grades of Super Saiyan reached before Gohan first reached Super Saiyan 2, but SS2 was the first real power-up and fully new transformation to be reached. Goku first reached this form while once again training in the afterlife, after once again sacrificing himself to protect humanity. His time from the overpowered Cell, who had self-destructed. I'm not gonna go there. With Goku transporting both him and Cell to King Kai's planet to avoid the extra casualties. Now, Goku doesn't use this form very much before reaching his next one, but we do see him use it briefly against Yakon and then later on against Majin Vegeta. This form gives the user quite a boost in power, yet again through multiplying their base power level by 100, so double that of Super Saiyan, hence the name Super Saiyan 2. There isn't much of a visual change here unless you're Gohan, in which case your hair changes shape. Not for Goku though. Anyway, it's pretty soon that we see Goku reach a new form yet again, his last new form in Z, and this one does look quite a bit different. Super Saiyan 3. What do you get when you take Goku and give his hair a Sonic the Hedgehog makeover? You get an incredibly strong Saiyan is what you get. Aside from the hair, the user also gains a really buff eyebrow ridge, so big and bulky. The actual eyebrow hair goes away completely. Maybe all the hair on Saiyan's body moves to the top of their head in this form. So Super Saiyan 3 multiplies the user's base power level by 300%, giving them a pretty large boost in power, to say the least. This is exemplified right off the bat when Goku's transformation into this form literally rocked and shook the whole planet. Now, the downside of this form is that it puts a tremendous strain on the user's body and eats up a considerable amount of ki. It's like a big souped up gas guzzling truck. It's big and strong, but maybe not, for extended periods of time. This is one of those forms you don't really see Goku use a whole lot anymore, as he's found much more versatile forms that overshadow it. When I think of Super Saiyan 3, it's actually Gotenks that comes to mind. He's the one that really made Super Saiyan 3 his own.